Hello. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today we're going to be talking about what not to do when creating a new character. First tip, don't focus on just one aspect or trait of your character. For example, you might have an evil character, but don't just show that aspect of them. They might have other motivations, they have likes, hobbies, traits. I mean, maybe it's an evil wizard but likes knitting, so why not draw some knitting needles on their belt, for example? I think that might be a good idea. For example, we have here Jean, right? And okay, yeah, we can see that she is a happy girl, right? She has a big smile, she looks to be very outgoing and extrovert, but I want to show a little bit more of her. If I have her just like this, all you can see is that she is a happy girl, right? However, adding some details like the belt, you can see that she has some kind of profession. She works with potions. She goes around gathering materials to make her potions. She always have potions ready to give to someone else or to use in herself if she needs to. So I'm not only showing her happy side, I'm also showing that she's smart, she knows how to do certain things. So as you can see, I added a little bit more to her, some more information to her. So when you look at her, you get to know a little bit more of her backstory maybe, or what kind of work she does, than just the fact that she's an outgoing girl. Alright, so next tip, don't go blind into it. You might want to start drawing some sketches right away when you get ideas, and that's totally fine, but don't just do those sketches and go for the final version of your character just yet. First, try to find some references and inspiration so you have a better idea of who your character is and what kind of outfits you want them to wear. You will want to learn how to draw those outfits, so do look for things online. For example, on Pinterest you can make boards of your characters with inspiration for your characters, so you can always go back to and look if you need to have some more ideas. You can add, for example, color palettes to these outfits, hairstyles, things about your character likes, for example. So Kida likes to collect flowers and have journals with those flowers with little notes on them, so I added that to her mood board. But yes, maybe that her design won't show that, but I like to have those references and inspirations. So if I want to draw her again, I might want to draw her, for example, adding new flowers to her journal. That might be a piece that I want to draw. So having these images, visual cues will really help you into not only having ideas to create a new character, but also have ideas to create your characters other times in different situations and so on. Alright, so for next tip, so we are in the third one, and this one is very important, is don't copy a popular design. You might like a character a lot, but don't just pick it and copy and then say it's your character. It doesn't look good on you if you're going to post that online and say that, oh, I drew this and this is my character named Sarah, but then it looks exactly like Bulma from Dragon Ball here. Everyone will know who she is and where did you find her. So it is okay to gain inspiration from other artists and characters. It is not okay to copy that. It is okay to study those characters so you can learn more about it, but only for learning purposes and not to claim them as your own. So in short, copying is bad. However, if you like this character a lot, drawing fan art is pretty okay. You can credit the artist, you can say where does this character come from, but it is not yours. So don't just pick some character that you really like and draw it exactly the same. As I said before, you can take some inspiration from them. So for example, I really like this hairstyle that Bulma has, so maybe I can use that for a character that I'm making. I'm not copying here, I'm not trying exactly the same kind of hairstyle, I'm doing some modifications to them because I'm drawing it in my style and not in Akira Toriyama style, but I picked some inspiration from it and drew that. So nobody isn't telling you that you can draw a character with blue hair, but if it's a character with blue hair and her style is exactly the same as Bulma, well then maybe that's not really very original and you want your character to be yours and not someone else's. Take inspiration from other artists, but create your own things. So, okay, my next tip is don't go right into drawing. Again, it's pretty okay that you just got an idea and you just made some quick sketches on your sketchbook, some very simple doodles. That is pretty okay. Of course, I'm not saying for you to not do this. You do whatever you want and whatever helps you start creating your new character. But I think it's very important before setting on a design, it is important to write your characters, write about them, take random notes. You can just open up your phone and write some notes down about them, or you can open a document on your computer and write it. You can also try to create situations where your character would be in and write some speech bubbles on them. I think this is very helpful because I do believe that knowing your character before drawing them or creating a full final design of them will really help you into creating a design in the perfect and in unique style for them. So it is always important to know your character, not only for you, but if you draw your character as if you knew them, the people that will see your character will also see that. They will see those tiny little details that you added that tell a story. So know your character, write them down, and then experiment with different design styles according to that story you have for your character. Now, this doesn't mean that your character won't ever change. Of course, their stories might change, their experiences as well, and whenever that happens, write it down. Update your character sheet with that new information, and maybe even your character design will change accordingly to the changes you did to their stories and even personalities. So always have something written, and it doesn't need to be super official. A lot of times I just write notes on my sketchbook and then write sketches right next to it. It's totally up to you and how you like to organize your things. Alright, so next up is try to avoid boring shapes. Play with the proportions and use them to your advantage. I have here Kida. She's one of my first characters, and I think her proportions were very boring. Everything about her has the same weight. She has here the torso, there's the legs here. There's nothing much happening here, right? Everything is very much the same size, very balanced, and this isn't really interesting. And then I have here another version. Now here I think it shows better her age, for example, that she's a bit of a teen, so she's somewhere between being a child and being a teenager, so her body isn't fully developed yet, so she has that gangly type of body that teens have, very long legs and thin legs with big feet. So you see these proportions here are more interesting than these ones. So play with proportions. Of course, this depends on the style you're going for. Some people have very realistically styles, and of course, if you're going for that, then you might want to keep things a bit more balanced. However, if you have a very cartoony style, then play with those proportions. It will make your characters much more interesting, and the more you exaggerate it, the better. Alright, my next one is about colors, and this is very important. So let's see here. I have here Kidan's colors, and something to have into attention is to not use similar colors together. So for example, let me see here, I have the hair. Okay, here we have pink, and then we have the skin color here. Messy here, but you do get the idea. So for example, I have here white shirt with a white scarf. Now this doesn't look very interesting. You won't even notice the scarf that much. It's almost like the shirt and the scarf are the same. So try to always keep the colors or the same color distance from each other. You don't really want them to touch most of the time, unless it's a very small thing. So for example, here we have this big shape of the scarf white and a big shape of the shirt white, and you don't want this. Instead, you'll want something a bit more interesting, like for example, let me add some colors here. And now finally the pink. So instead of leaving the scarf white, why not add pink to the scarf? See, it's totally different now. You will notice more easily this version than this one. This isn't very interesting. This is boring. There's colors next to each other. You don't want this. You want the colors to be separate from each other, so you can create some balance in it, and it is a bit more vibrant and more appealing to the eyes. So you want to go with something more like this. Alright? Finally, for my last tip, don't give up. You will try, you will fail, but then you will try again. Maybe you can cry a little. That's okay. Cry a little bit before trying again, but then do try it. You'll see that you learn with your mistakes, and art is supposed to be fun, so don't be afraid of failing. Continue to experiment with your characters and you'll see that you get better and better. So now that you know what not to do, it's time to improve your original character design. So I've created this video where you can check out what are some easy ways that you can improve your character. So check it out. I think it's a very fun video and it has a lot of information. And as always, keep on drawing.